I got a reply to GW from my false advertising email. So just to in case you haven't watched the previous video, just to bring it up really quickly, I
To
bought some
reiterate.
Sisters of Battle, a box, a Sisters of Battle box. On the website, on the Warhammer website, it said you can build these as 5 Celestians or Dominus, or you can build them as the 10 Sisters of Battle. Upon getting
Dominions.
them opening Dominions, that's it. Basically, you can't. It's all bollocks. It's all lies.
Yeah.
You
It
build
wasn't
10
lies.
Dominions
It wasn't lies,
two
and you
two
could.
editions ago, 5
Yeah.
years ago.
When they first got
Um,
re-released.
So it still says exactly the same on the website, even though apparently it's been passed across. And in fact, I think they've still got the separate entry on the website for Dominions and Celestians. So there's actually an entry that says Dominions and Celestians, £37.50. Obviously, Celestians haven't existed for 2 editions in that format. They now have the shields because GW want you to buy the big expensive ones, 5 for 35 quid. So I basically sent off an email saying, "Excuse me, this is wrong. This is crap. It's 5 years out of date. What the hell are you playing at?" And actually, what I'll do is, because I just said I was going to send the email, and I didn't actually go through the email because I do like to try and make these kind of things official, I suppose, sounding. I like to, sort of. I don't like to be and then it's like that. I just like
I
to
mean, you
actually,
like to use proper, fairly respectful, business-like language, not go full-on compo face.
exactly. That's it. Yeah, I want to articulate myself, and also I try not to come across too Karen-like.
Or insult them.
I say like, yeah, exactly. So I'll read the email real quickly. I've got hi there. Firstly, apologies to whoever ends up reading this email. This isn't your fault. Indeed, I rarely find myself in a position of having to make a complaint regarding Games Workshop's products, so this is something of a novelty. Nonetheless, the nature of this problem is so egregious that given the premium price that GW charges for its models, I feel compelled to mount a complaint. I recently started an Adeptus army and was scanning the Warhammer website looking for reinforcements. I saw the Battle Sisters listing, screenshot included, that advertised that the kit could be built as either 10 Battle Sisters or 5 Celestians, which are veterans, and 5 Dominators, which are like a special weapons squad,
Dominions.
giving me a nice bit of variety. I then purchased a box in my FGLS as I was grabbing some paint anyway. Upon getting home, I opened them and was surprised when the instructions said I could build them as 10 Dominions or Celestians. I got it right the second time around.
Good recovery.
On the email, I mean, because I did get it wrong in the email the first time. Whilst not strictly contradicting the site, it seemed a bit odd. But then these are instructions from the previous edition, so it's to be expected. To make sure I built the correct loadouts, I then went to the 40k app, which I have access to as a Warhammer Plus subscriber. This is where it all started to go wrong. The Warhammer app doesn't list Celestians with bolt guns at all, only the box with the shields. The ones that are mentioned on the website do not exist in the game, in 5s or 10s. Furthermore, Dominions only come in 10s. So in 10s, due to 10th edition's misguided fixed squad sizes. So both the instructions and the site are wrong. A little bit of a dig. But it's true. Probably one of the first things I would change if I was to fix 10th edition. And we might do a video on that at some point. I'm not sure, but I think we might do a fixing 10th edition video. It could be fun. It was only, and burning it all to the ground and redoing it from the ground up is not an option. It's a fix. After doing a little research, that I found out how wrong. The description, build options on the website is from 8th edition, nearly 5 years ago. Yet the website was launched calamitously, have a little dig, in November 2023, a mere 3 months ago. How can you have information selling a website on the product that is 2 editions out of date, giving options that don't exist in the current game? The erroneous non-existent options even have a separate product entry on the site, and I've included pictures of all this stuff. It's absolutely shameful for a company of Games Workshop's stature, especially given that I've purchased the box on the basis of this promised versatility. I can't even return the item as I've opened it and technically there's nothing wrong with the kit. I really would appreciate a proper response to this email and not just a "we will pass your comments on" type of standard reply. In my opinion, this is tantamount to false advertising. And though I have no intention of going to straight trading standards or anything like that, I guess I'll just build the kit as in 10 Dominions. I didn't. I do think that having information on your website that is that out of date is inexcusable. especially given the premium price that is charged for your product. Yours sincerely, E. So that's the email that I sent off to GW, basically say like, oi, this is a bit shit. It's not good enough. I felt it was nice and
Mostly polite.
mostly polite. It's me, so I tend to be quite blunt. But for me, that's quite polite and diplomatic. Definitely raising what the problem is and saying like, look, want a proper explanation. This isn't good enough. So GW customer service normally really good.
Yep.
This
So I
is the
actually hold them
reply
as a
that I got.
standard.
I used to hold them as a standard. I don't
Oh.
so much anymore. The last 2 times I've interacted with them, they have not been brilliant. So, and that includes this time. So here's the reply. Hi, Alan. Thanks for your message. It's not a message. It's a complaint, and it should have been treated as such. But fair enough. To clarify, it is important to note that the website instructions are accurate for what can be constructed in the box. Deciding what to construct with regards to the current edition's rules can take some extra consideration, but is ultimately a personal choice. At present, Celestians with bolt guns don't have specific rules in 10th edition, but many players like to field them as Battle Sisters proxies for visual variety in the squad. Again, entirely personal preference choice. That said, I will pass along your feedback regarding this unit to the appropriate channels to consider the clarity, helpfulness of the product listing on the website.
Oh, so basically they really politely said that sounds like a you problem, not an us problem.
Well, to me, what this actually says is we are a model company and we don't give a fuck about the game.
Yeah, I
So it says to
suppose.
me,
Pretty
you can
much.
build them. You can build them like that as models. Not our fault that they don't exist in the game. Not our fault you can't use them in the game. It says, oh, you can use them as proxies. So obviously you're quite happy with us using 3D printed proxies as well, GW.
That's not quite the same, is it?
That's a bullshit answer in my opinion. I think that's really poor. For one thing, it was a complaint, not a message. So the first thing it should have done is acknowledge that complaint. There is no complaints email for GW, and there was going to be no point in emailing back to Ben. That was the end of that. So
Yeah,
what I
that's
did
pretty
was
much it.
I basically, it got down the bottom. How would you rate my reply? I put not good. Put a load of feedback on there, just saying, look, this wasn't handled well. This isn't this isn't a message. This was a complaint. It wasn't handled as such. You're still selling the stuff under false pretenses.
Yeah.
Basically having my say, but there's nothing you can do. The only other thing I did was, because I was feeling a little bit malicious, I went on there and I left a 1-star review on Trustpilot, accusing them of false advertising. And I was actually very surprised. There's a lot of 1-star reviews for GW on Trustpilot,
Oh, damn.
mostly for bricks and mortars third parties that can't get stock.
Oof.
GW's rating on Trustpilot is about 1.5 stars.
Ow.
Yeah, quite surprised. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys think. You're obviously listening, but I personally, I don't think that's good. And to me, that just says the GW don't give a shit. You've bought
Yeah,
the
to me,
models, you can build the models. Yeah, doesn't matter. You can't use them in the game. Use them as proxies. Fuck you. I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's good enough, frankly. So, I'll be making a video about that and put it on YouTube. I will not use the word scandal. That's I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure scandal and scam. I think they're both trademarked by Discourse, so I won't use either of those. But
Slightly
yeah, other than
libelous.
that, yes, slightly labelous. Other than that, I've been building my business up. I've built everything now. I built the Exorcist. That was loads of fun to build.